Man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, man, J Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy, man, for you end up like crazy, man, you know what I'm saying? That sound a little Spanish to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want me to say it again? Mr. Take It Easy, for you end up like crazy, man, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow my Instagram, you know what I mean? My Twitch in the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy, J Willie Silly, is in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? But we got what happens when you murder a brutal drug lord's son, man. And, you know, if y'all do not know, man, they did about a month ago caught the leader, the real leader of the Sinaloa cartel, El Mayo, bro. Word on the street, they saying El Chapo's son snitched on them. Word on the street, because bro, when it comes to a person like El Mayo, that's not a person you just going up and just arresting. My man been off the radar for so many years. I don't even think my man didn't even have a criminal record. You know what I mean? That's how silent he was, bro. A lot of people was just thinking, okay, yeah, El Chapo is the real leader of the Sinaloa cartel. But, you know, he's one of the leaders, but the main leader was El Mayo, bro. Only had what, like probably like 1 or 2 pictures of him online, bro. Like, man was dang near a ghost. So somebody had to snitch on him. I'm not saying it's El Chapo's son that snitched on him, but he was in the United States too. He locked up in the United States. He was in Texas. I guess he was getting some type of word on the street. They say he was coming to the United States. He got locked up in Texas. He was coming to the United States, bro, to, you know, have something done with his health or something. He had some health problems or some word on the street. You know what I'm saying? But word on the street, they saying El Chapo's son snitched on him. But I'm not saying El Chapo's son snitched on him because, like I said, I don't know what's going on for real. I just know the word on the street. But all I'm saying is, though, you feel me, this not a dude you can just walk up and just arrest. You know what I'm saying? Somebody have to snitch on him, bro, for you to find him. And this ain't no regular dude. It's the leader of the Sinaloa cartel. And bro has never been arrested a day in his life. So definitely somebody snitched on him. I just don't know who snitched on him. You know what I mean?
Mexican drug lords are often laid to rest in places much more luxurious than most people's homes. One of the most extravagant mausoleums in a grand
bro, this is graves, y'all. Y'all know that's cemetery. It's a cemetery, y'all. That's how much money they make, y'all. When I first realized about this, y'all, these are cemeteries. These niggas built cemeteries for their fallen members, y'all. They built cemeteries, y'all, bigger than people's houses. These are cemeteries. Y'all probably thought these were houses, wasn't you? Dang, but it's some nice house. Nigga, them are cemeteries. Them gravestones, like gravestones, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's how much money these niggas make, nigga. Look at this. Nigga ain't no house. Them are cemeteries.
Homes.
Look,
one of the most extravagant mausoleums in a grand cemetery called Jardines del Maya.
Look, them are cemeteries, y'all. Them are cemeteries. Them not no houses, nigga.
Mausoleums in a grand cemetery called Jardines del Maya in the state of Sinaloa houses the remains of one of Mexico's most infamous, violent, and vengeful
ain't no house,
lords,
nigga. That's a
Manuel
cemetery.
Torres Felix. This building costs about $340,000 and is decorated with Greco-Roman style columns, complete with an alarm system, 24-hour air conditioning, and a fully equipped kitchen. How does someone rise to such infamy and wealth? This is the story of his climb to become one of the famous legends of Mexican cartels. How does a simple man from a small village become one of the most feared and deadly hitmen in the underground world of drug trafficking? What happened to him to cause the complete and utter unraveling of his sanity? How did he meet his eventual demise? Manuel Fidel Torres Felix was born in a tiny town of about 8,000 people called Cosala in Sinaloa. By the time he was in his 30s, he had begun working for the notorious Sinaloa cartel, also known as the Blood Alliance, due to the fact that most of the cartel's members are related through blood or marriage. The Sinaloa cartel is the strongest and most prominent drug cartel in the world.
To this day,
began as a coalition of agricultural families, became the #1 drug trafficking operation, starting in the 1960s with marijuana, and then branching out into cocaine and eventually heroin and meth when they saw a rise in its demand. One of the reasons for the cartel's great success is that it does not function as a traditional hierarchy, but instead as separate groups that protect one another. This way, even though one of its most well-known leaders, Joaquin Guzman...
Now, I'm gonna keep it real. Now, when it comes to the mafia is a little iffy when it comes to loyalty, but when it comes to these cartel niggas, they loyal. They loyal to they niggas. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, they willing to die by their leader. Everything their leader say, like, you don't really hear, yeah, you know, you know, yeah, they gonna kill you if you snitch, if you betray them or something like that. But when it comes to these cartel members, bro, they loyal, bro. They loyal for sure. And then if a nigga find out you betray one of the members, bro, they coming after you for sholioli. So there's one thing I can say about cartels, bro. They very more loyal to each other than the mafia. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, in the mafia, like I said, the Gambinos and all that, you know, everybody want the top spot in the mafia, bro. So it's like, man, you got these niggas killing their bosses just to get to their position, all type of stuff, you know what I mean? But it's not like that in the cartel, though. The niggas praise their freaking leaders.
Was arrested.
They won't even dare to freaking take out their leader, bro. Take out their boss.
U.S. The cartel is still flourishing.
Guzman has been indicted.
Most of the boss's demise is jail. You know what I mean? It's not them niggas dying, and it's jail. Like for like the big leaders, like even word on the street, El Mencho still out here living. Like nobody dare to touch a hand on El Mencho, bro. You know what I mean? But the El Chapos, the El Mayos, the Pablo Escobars, you know what I'm saying? Pablo died in the hands of the police, though. But you see how nobody dared to touch Pablo, though. It's different with cartels, but they actually loyal to their leaders. They don't even think twice about
in 6
killing their
states,
leaders, bro.
And the U.S. aggressively urged the Mexican government to send him here to face charges in an American courtroom.
Torres' older brother, Javier Torres Felix, was already well established in the Sinaloa cartel by the time Manuel got involved. Javier was a protege of Juan Manuel Salcido Uteza, known as El Cochiloco, meaning crazy pig.
Cochiloco, una persona pues que ganó mucho dinero, que tuvo muchas propiedades allá en Sinaloa, acá en Guadalajara también, hoteles.
Salcido lived a double life as a generous and friendly rancher in Coquimatlan in the state of Colima, even befriending the state's governor, Elias Zamora.
He got smoked though, did he? They did him wrong. They did him wrong. I remember that. They did him wrong.
Stole 8 tons of cocaine from Colombian drug traffickers. His identity was revealed to the shocked people who had grown to admire the man, who did things like provide uniforms for local kids' sports teams and help get roads paved. Zamora, the governor, said he did not feel bad about his friendship with the man he discovered was one of the leaders of the Sinaloa cartel. After Salcido's death, Manuel's older brother Javier Torres Felix, or JT, began working under Ismael El Mayo Zambada.
That's the dude I was just saying that just got caught a month ago. El Mayo. I don't know why we call him El Mayo, but El Mayo. You know what I'm saying? He just got caught a month ago. Never had a criminal record ever. Probably like three photos surface around the internet of him, bro. But he just got caught actually last like a month ago, bro, in Texas, bro. Not too long ago. Just got caught with El Chapo's son.
Cartel's most violent and powerful leaders, who up until this day remains the only member of Mexico's list of most wanted drug lords to elude arrest. That was not the case for Javier Torres Felix, who was arrested and released multiple times.
$15 million
in 2001, after another
head.
prison stint of Javier's. A hit on the brothers Javier and Manuel Torres Felix was attempted, supposedly by Ramon Arellano Felix, a leader in the Tijuana cartel. However, the gunmen were unsuccessful, so instead they took out their violence on the townspeople of the brothers' birthplace of Cosala, killing 12 people. During a traffic stop by police officer Angel Antonio Arias Torres, Ramon Arellano Felix was killed by a single gunshot to the head after firing at Arias Torres, who died immediately after shooting Arellano. Rumor had it that El Chapo himself had ordered Arias Torres to make the traffic stop in order to kill Arellano. Eventually, after the 2004 arrest of Javier Torres Felix and his later extradition to the U.S., the younger brother Manuel Fidel Torres Felix replaced Javier as El Mayo's right-hand man, working alongside Ovidio Guzman, the son of El Chapo. Soon, he was responsible for moving drugs from South America to the U.S. First nicknamed ML1, Torres was renowned for his cold-bloodedness and violent tendencies. The Mexican drug cartels are no strangers to murder, torture, and physical beatings in order to keep their various trafficking operations, which can branch out from drugs into other things like guns and even sometimes human beings. But Torres was especially sinister, sometimes to the point of pure sadistic cruelty. One of the people Torres worked closely with was Arturo Beltron Leyva, or El Mochomo, which means desert ant. Beltron was one of the 5 brothers, including himself, Arturo, Alberto, Carlos, and Hector Beltran Leyva.
They all gone.
When Alfredo was arrested in 2008, his brothers blamed El Chapo and decided to break away from the Sinaloa cartel to create their own organization, which became known as the Beltran Leyva cartel.
Didn't survive at all.
Beltron Leyva, known as El Barbas, in particular, had a vendetta against the Sinaloa cartel. This began a rivalry that would erupt again and again in bloody violence and death. What happened after this between the Sinaloa cartel and the Beltron Leyva cartel is what would eventually earn Manuel with the nickname El Ondeado, which means something like the Twisted One, although it's more often translated as the Crazy One.
When he is mentioned, the new members of the Caldero de Sinaloa show their kind of admiration towards the criminal recognized as one of the fiercest adversaries of the Beltron Leyva brothers.
Because the Torres Felix brothers had worked so closely with El Chapo, the Beltron Leyva cartel naturally thought of them as prime targets for their vengeance. One of the first attacks on Manuel Torres Felix's family happened when his nephew Joel Torres Jimenez, the son of his older brother Javier, was assaulted at a billiards hall. Joel Torres would go on to narrowly escape death 3 times, but much worse than that was the attack that resulted on the murder of El Ondeado's son, Anastasio Torres Acosta, El Taquio, and the shooting injury of his sister-in-law.
Yeah, if they can't catch you, they get into your family, bro. That's one thing about the cartels. If they can't catch you, they're getting to your family. So the best thing for a nigga to do if you beefing with the cartel, bro, hey, bro, you got to save yourself and your family, bro. They don't care if it's a baby. They're going to shoot the baby in the head. They don't care who it is. If it's related to you, anything that can hurt you, they're going after. So if I can get to your grandma, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your daughter, whoever is related to you, I'm going to kill. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to realize when it comes to them. They can't get you, they coming after the family. So they couldn't get him, so they coming after the daughter, they coming after the nephew, whatever. They coming after everything. And they want you to come outside. They're doing that just to bring you outside so they can kill you. You know what I mean? They want you to come looking for revenge. That's their whole plan.
And his 4-year-old daughter, Alondra, whose arm had been amputated after the shooting. It was April 18th, 2008.
Folks,
and Anastasio was out for drive in a Montalbano neighborhood of Culiacan with Sandra and Alondra when his car was ambushed by an armed convoy of members of the Beltron Leyva cartel. In the exchange of gunfire that followed, Anastasio was fatally injured and Sandra and Alondra both hit. A note left at the scene of the shooting attack said, "On behalf of your friend Arturo and his nephews, Los Zetas, so you can understand, Manuel Torres." It was supposedly written on behalf of Arturo Beltron Leyva, El Barbas. The grief and rage that followed for Manuel Torres Felix is said to have driven him mad, and he no longer cared who he hurt or killed in his quest for revenge. Rumor had it that as he mourned his son, he put a hit out on anyone and everyone who may have been connected to the Beltron Leyva cartel and may have had anything to do with the death of his son and the grave injury of his daughter.
El M1 went into a mix of rage and painful grief over losing his son Tachio. It was that day when he found out about his son's death that he lost his mind.
A few months after the attack, 2 men were discovered at the same spot, one inside a barrel with his head removed, and the other wrapped in a canvas with his thumb removed and an orange bow tied to his body. These orange bows were found on many other corpses found around the same time. There was a note attached to the man in the barrel claiming that the 2 were hitmen of Arturo Beltron Leyvas who were killed in order to teach respect for my children. 5 more corpses were found at the same location that very week. Most of the bodies had notes attached that seemed clearly to be from Manuel Torres Felix. Then on July 4th, 2008, a call was made to local police to report the discovery of a mysterious red sedan parked on the roadside. Inside the open trunk were several bodies, mutilated, decapitated, stuffed into plastic bags. One of the bodies was that of former commander of the state police unit, whose entire body had been torn apart. His limbs in one bag, head in another, and torso in another. Another one was placed next to the body of a snake. Reportedly, El Ondeado had tortured any man connected to his son's death in their own home. A note was left that said, "For you to keep in mind, Arturo Beltron Leyva, from El Ondeado. If you're such a man, let's meet man to man. This goes to you, or your dog-eating, child-killing, police-killing chatos. You better shoot yourself. Stop doing these infamous acts. All of you together are too little for me alone." Some people say that over 200
That nigga said, "All you together are too little for me alone." That's how you know this nigga is savage. All you together are too little for me alone.
Attacks. All of you together are too little for me alone.
It's a very dangerous man right there.
Some people say that over 200 deaths occurred in the weeks following El Tacho's slaying.
Oh my God.
Later that year, in September, the army raided a ranch used by narcos and seized guns and ammunition.
My God, dang, look at this. Dang. Man, this young crazy. Them folks packed that. The grenade launcher I see right there. God damn. I know I try to tell y'all, boy. You talking about some cartels, boy. Man, nigga, please. These gangs and all that, these Bloods, these Crips, these GDs, Vice Lords get wiped off the planet Earth. I'm telling you, these niggas got snipers and everything. Beef with the cartel you want. Man, look at these, man. God dang, boy. Junk out of this world.
A photo of ML1 and his nephew, Manuel Torres, known as M2. This photo basically went viral and appears in many stories, videos, and music videos about Torres. Redondeado's deathly feud with Arturo Beltron Leyva was cut short with the death of Beltron. On December 11th, 2009, Mexican authorities invaded Beltron's home in the middle of a lavish Christmas.
Yeah, did they say, I think this, okay. So this when it was a crazy shootout, and I think a helicopter or something, right? Because I knew, you know what I'm saying, yeah, that all them gone though, y'all. Them, I think one of them in jail, rest of them dead in jail. None of them free. None of them free at all. I don't know what happened to bro right here though. I'm pretty sure bro not free either.
Redondeado's deathly feud with Arturo Beltron Leyva was cut short with the death of Beltron. On December 11th, 2009, Mexican authorities invaded Beltron's home in the middle of a lavish Christmas party, where even a Grammy-winning Latino musician was a guest. 3 gunmen were killed, but Beltron escaped. However, 5 days later, on December 16th, the same day that the heads of 6 police investigators were found impaled on a display in Durango, Beltron was located in a luxury hideout south of Mexico City. Over 200 officials invaded to capture him. In the ensuing gun battle, Beltron was fatally shot and killed. 3 other members of the Beltron cartel were killed, and another man jumped to his death in an apparent suicide. During that battle, a Marine named Mels Cadet Anglo Cordova was killed. Afterwards, he was awarded the highest military awards possible at a well-publicized and glorious funeral. But merely hours later, almost his entire family, his mother, sister, brother, and aunt, was slaughtered in an act of revenge. Redondeado finally met his end in a showdown with the Mexican government on October 13, 2012. After his death, the Mexican government claimed that they had dealt a damaging blow to the Sinaloa cartel. Although due to the non-hierarchical nature of the cartel, the effects of his death were hard to measure. It did show that the government was willing to go after the cartel's members, though, which may have struck fear in some of them. In the days following his death, flags and signs known as narconatos, or narco banners, started appearing around the town of Culiacan, placing blame upon El Mayo himself and claiming he had set up his own lieutenant to be killed. Redondeado is so famous, and in fact honored and respected in some ways, perhaps for his relentlessness in avenging the death of his son, that he is the subject of many narcos corridos, songs that tell the stories of various drug traffickers and their exploits. In these controversial songs, narcos are often elevated to an almost heroic status, as Robin Hood-like figures opposing the government. One such song, which celebrates M1's love for Hummers and AK-47s, contains the following lyrics. These days, El Mayo still holds a high position, although his health is reportedly declining.
Bro, I just said that. I want to say his health reportedly declining. That's why, you know what I'm saying, that's why they ain't the 5 teens who were lured by Hitman for torture. But yeah, that's why I said though, you know what I'm saying, his health was declining, so that's why he was in Texas, bro, you know, coming down here, you know, just to, you know, one of the best doctors, I guess one of the best doctors in the country or something was in Texas, located in Texas, bro. You know, El Mayo, leader of the Sinaloa cartel, bro, got all the money, so he ain't worried about that. So, you know, bro, health was declining though, so bro came to the United States to, you know, get his health checked out. And then they captured him in Texas, bro, you feel me? Now I'll be saying, bro, you can't move like that, bro. No, you got a $15 million bounty on your head, man, you know? El Mayo got. That was crazy when I heard that news. I couldn't believe that.